I'm Steve Reese. I'm 39 years old, and I am one of the owners of Santa Rosa Strength. I started in this industry when I was 17 years old. I was still in high school, and I did that at a small facility in Rohnert Park, California. We practiced a very similar style of weight training, and from there I moved to San Francisco to go to San Francisco State. I was majoring in environmental studies. I found that kind of a fascinating field. I was hired on at a large 65,000 square foot facility there where I continued to train people in this similar fashion. And I graduated from San Francisco State. I spent 4 years trying to get a degree and 2 more years, trying to get out. And once I graduated, I decided that I enjoyed what I was doing so much that I was going to stay in the field. And I started to work my way back north, and I helped somebody open, they actually opened 2 facilities, one in Seattle and one here in Corte Madera called X-Gym. And I think both of those facilities are still open. But in about 1996, a good friend and the gentleman who actually took me through my first workout when I was 16, 17 years old, he was opening a facility and he wanted my help, so he talked me into coming back. I got to come back to Sonoma County in Santa Rosa to help him open that, and that is where I met my wife, Deanna. And we were there for 5 years, and at that point decided that we would strike out on our own, and we opened Santa Rosa Strength in 2001, and that's where we are right now. And naturally, since I've been in the business since I was 17 and a half, I've been subscribing to the philosophies and the principles of this progressive resistance exercise, and I've been fortunate enough to maintain my body weight that I weigh the same today that I weighed when I was in high school, and the doctors say that's a good thing. And it's also enabled me to, my wife, she's 10 years younger than me, so her girlfriends are 10 years younger, so that means they have spouses and significant others who are, they're also 10 years younger, and I'm able to compete with them athletically on the tennis court and at racquetball and whatever other sport it is that we do. So I know that strength training has certainly helped me remain competitive as I've gotten older. So what's been most exciting for us lately in this industry is finally dialing in our nutritional component. And ever since we have a good friend, Brad Larson, who introduced us to an author, a doctor by the name of Joel Fuhrman, in a book called Eat to Live, and it's largely a plant-based diet. Vegetables, fruits, whole grains, raw seeds, and raw nuts. Now that we've been introduced to that diet style, it's really made all the difference. Not a lot of people know, but up to when I switched over to that diet style, I had high cholesterol. I was 249, 250. My doctor, cholesterol for me is just as one risk factor, being young and male, he still wanted to put me on a low dose statin to control my cholesterol, which I thought was ridiculous. But fortunately, we met Brad and we adopted this plant-based diet, and my cholesterol dropped 60 points in a matter of 3 months, and it's still low. So it was with that help that I was able to control my cholesterol, and the blended salads were all kind of converts. We make a big blended salad every morning, drink off that till mid-afternoon, and even Owen, my son, when we pull the Vitamix blender out, not so much anymore, but when we first started making those blended salads and he heard that blender come out and turn on, he'd run to the blender and, he wants his, it's his turn, he wants his blended salad. So that's always kind of fun. And I oftentimes will get, when I'm on the workout floor working somebody out, they look over at me and they say, you've been doing this for 22 years, don't you ever get bored? And I can honestly look at them and say, would you ever get bored of helping people? I mean, I can think of, people coming up in canes and walkers, and after 12 weeks of strength exercise, people are able to get out of wheelchairs and become a little more functional, a little more independent. People have had total knee replacements, total hips, who have been in pain. They've come to us in pain, and we've been able to get them pain-free. People have been struggling with weight issues all their lives, and we've been able to help get those people to finally lose weight and have it be permanent weight loss or permanent fat loss. You know, the examples go on and on. So when people ask, do you ever get bored or tired of it? I don't get bored or tired of helping people affect positive change in their life.